Hope you enjoyed that thumbnail there. It is I, the Warrior Junior, as I continually work to adjust myself. Oh, man. It's never easy, but it's also never difficult either. Um, you know, I remember this one guy on Sunset. We talked, this black guy. He was selling sunglasses. Now, he didn't have a store. He was on the street. And I remember, like, this guy, I don't know whatever became of him, but we talk sometimes, and he would just tell me, don't complain. Whatever you do in life, do not complain. Complaining solves nothing. Really interesting. Kind of stuck with me, over a while. Some things can kind of stick with me, like if it's simple, kind of profound things that kind of apply to your life. And then you listen to other people that have made successful living on, their books and stuff, and reinforcing common trend of the shit that you should be taught when you're young, but they don't. I mean, if you have good parents, but I got my own views on that. Most parents don't have time to raise their kids; they're too busy working. You shouldn't have kids if you can't afford to raise them. That's how I look at it. I was gonna call this episode "Fight Fire with Fire." I think I did one already though. Um, got a little action, a couple hours ago. There's this one Latina chick, big, big boobs, and she helps me out. It's we kind of have our little fun arrangement, and it's nice because it's really tough to get. It's not like, oh, you can meet all these women on Tinder, Plenty of Fish, or I'm not on that Tinder. Uh, Plenty of Fish. Never. I almost got a date one time, a couple times, but never worked out. I just go right to the goal line, my friends. It's better than nothing. God, if you listen to my episode, last one, going all the way to fucking Irvine to dance, maybe to meet somebody, and it's like, just fucking fool. I'm the last one there, like at midnight. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not gonna make that same mistake New Year's Eve because, part of me, it's like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. It's like, oh, there could be 500 people there. What? Who fucking cares if it's all couples? You're not gonna get any. And I've been going to these events for a while now, and I haven't scored once. So it's kind of like it's $125. That ain't hurting me. I don't really care. It's not bothering me that much. What's bothering me is like, let's just be real. You're not really getting. First off, I'm not seeing many women that strike my fancy, and I know the bad examples of. You're talking the upper echelons. I mentioned their names already. It's not worth it. Look, these are very, very rare anomalies of women that have serious, serious money. And they're going to look absolutely phenomenal for their age, whether it be through Botox or fitness or whatever it is. Listen, they can afford the best, not just the best trainers, but they can afford to work out. Like it's, you know, when you've got deca millions, man. You can afford the absolute best of anything. I mean, look, I told this one chick, that was getting kind of heavy, um, for $150, I'll give you a workout session, and I'll even write down, your what you should be eating, kind of thing, for $150. Think about somebody that's can afford to pay $1,000 an hour or whatever. Can you imagine? It's like you kiss their ass, for whatever. It's nice to get a little bit of fun. It's so worth it. It's so worth it for me because you don't know what I go through. When you're like an anomaly, and you're not meeting women, and you're going there, I call it the Pagliacci syndrome, dancing your ass off, people giving you some compliments, they don't want to get to know who you are. Now, on Friday night at the Piggy, there was one woman there that came up to me, like it was kind of surprising. She was really on me. When I mean on you, I mean a woman so close, like her boobs are on you. It was really cool. I don't know. I just didn't know how to handle it, and she was gone. Like I was like, damn it, where the hell did she go? You know, see, you got to be prepared for every situation, but sometimes there's these curveballs that show up out of nowhere. It's like, what? Now? I'm not even in the mood for dancing, and they're coming up to me. They want to get to know who I am. Yeah. What I do is depending on the venue, depending on the scene, I'll either make a move or I'll take a step back. Bars, I take a step back because bars are generally more of a cliquish, and I hate to use the word hostile environment, but they can be. They can be. I saw on Friday night, you dude got into a chokehold. It was ridiculous. I already talked about it. I'm not gonna rehash the story. But venues like the Lemon Drop, it's older people. They're more chill out. They don't. That kind of shit doesn't happen. I did. I already mentioned I got pissed off. Some guy, didn't take a picture. Guy's on the fucking dance floor, with his camera facing toward a table of people. I said, go take it on the other side, man. It's a dance floor. It's not a place for you to, be taking your picture of people sitting at a table. And I began to get kind of like agitated. It's like, I'm dancing right there, and this guy's stepping back. Like I could have fell, I could have stepped on it, fell over. Just dumb. How these people are fucking, you know. I was gripey after walking 9 miles. You blame me? Whose fault's that? I know. All I had to do was look at a Thomas guide before I left, and I would have known that MacArthur rejoins Maine. If I would have went down the right way, instead of fucking walking away from the venue. Jesus Christ. All right, no, enough talking about that. Let's live in the now and focus on the future. Just went to the gym last night. Felt good. After 2 days off, I walked 9 miles, but you know, walking 9 miles, but that was my day off in the gym, walking 9 fucking miles. And Sunday, day off. Tonight, I wasn't in such good shape. A walk like that would kill me, but I really take care of myself. It'd be nice to use some of that energy on a woman, if you know what I mean, on a hot chick. just haven't been able to really reel it in. Now, what I do with this one that I hang out with is nothing, you know, that I'm talking about. I want a real woman that, that I can fuck the shit out of. uh, let's just put it plainly and honestly, but a real relationship, like a real girlfriend would be nice, some woman that's, and I kind of had that, but she was just a little too domineering, it was a little pressure. I didn't like it, you know, it should be sex should be a mutual understanding, which it was when we first met, but then she like put too much pressure on me. I didn't like that. So it ended our 1 year relationship. Oh well, give a shit. What I care about is that school starts hopefully in 3 weeks. I'm working on my doctorate. That's all that fucking matters. Investing in yourself, because that's something you can control. You can't control a woman leaving you or what she says about you. I had an altercation in the market, in Rite Aid a couple hours ago. Some fucking woman said something to me, and I don't know what her place was to tell me anything. And I fucking let her have it. I fought fire with fire. I really don't like people trying to one up me in any walk of life. I never did. I never liked that. Nobody really taught me to stand up for yourself and be a man, but I taught myself that. And you know, you have to. You have to. If you don't, people just walk all over you. They will, and it snowballs. Believe me. I never seen this movie, The Yes Man, but my friend told me about it. Basically, what it is. And I got I have a friend. I hate saying this about him because he's a nice guy. I don't even know if he realizes this. He probably does. He's like 60. He's got no. He's just a submissive. He can't say no. And these guys, you got to deliver flyers for $20 to Long Beach, far for $20. This guy can't say no. He just can't. And he's just one of those submissive the guy survives and stuff, but I just don't relate with that. I just don't see but some of the ways that some of these people think. I met him in a GA meeting. He's a good guy. That we relate with. But that is kind of like the extent of our friendship is we relate, we understand that because gambling really fucked us both up. Even though we kind of played different games, we played some same games sometimes. Didn't matter. Like, he'd go on these binges and get his ass kicked, and I would go on these prolonged bouts of high limit of this, that, and I would get my ass kicked. So in the end, we were two guys that got our ass kicked, and we just could not understand why. Like what's going on here? Well, we got a problem. We're like compulsive players, and that shit doesn't work. We're not professional players. We're compulsive players, and a compulsive gambler, it's a fucking it's a wicked, awful thing. I mean, it's not to be understood. It's not understood by many because most people don't really understand that. I mean, I guess an alcoholic understands, that they got a drinking problem, but a lot of people that drink don't understand what an alcoholic is. They can't stop. It's like whatever for whatever reason. Now with me, like it's kind of hard to explain, because drinking is something that I could do all the time. And when I say you can't stop, that means that it's not just, oh, starting to drink, and then what they people like to size it up as is like, oh, once he starts drinking, you can't stop literally. What I mean by can't stop is like, the next day you're drinking at night again, and then instead there you're having, everywhere you go, then you're drinking, like it's spread out more. That's an also a way of looking at it, like can't stop. I used to go to I had nothing to do, so go to the bars. Either I can drink there, and then here I can drink. It wasn't just like, oh, it was whenever and whenever. You know, if when anyway, I stopped almost 3 years ago so far drinking. About in February will be 3 years. Card club almost 7 months. Wicked addiction. It is. When you just don't realize it sometimes when you're caught in that cycle of things. It's money has so much more value. I would go down there. God, even when I won, just added that it didn't matter. Money didn't have a purpose. I couldn't make enough to remember those. Going to get something to eat, or the cafe was closed, or whatever, or the breakfast place in the bicycle club, and there was a guy eating in there. How do you get in there? He said, well, are you at the big game? And I told him, yeah, I'm playing Peg Up Poker, like $10,000. He goes, no, no, there's a baccarat game upstairs, private game. It's $100,000 buy-in. $100,000 buy-in. These guys are all millionaires that are playing this shit. They're all fucking millionaires. Who knows? Maybe not for long, right? $100,000 buy-in. Wasting their fucking time at a fucking casino in a garbage area. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. You go to Vegas, you could. They don't care. See, it doesn't matter to them. They lose their money here, they get nothing. They don't care. See, my thought process is a little different. Like, I'd rather give women money than give it to a casino. Not that much, of course, but I'd rather. But more than that, I'd rather buy good supplements, good food. Um, something to invest in. Anything, just give it away because that's what it is. It's what it is for me. What I did. I have a very good memory. I recollect exactly what happened 7 months ago. About it was awful. It was awful, man. But it's not just 7 months ago. It's years, decades actually. Playing bullshit for me. They show it to you on TV all the time and try to get you excited. Texas Hold'em, two cards. It's all you got to do. Yeah, it's true. Any idiot can play. It's not difficult to learn. It's not. But you just don't understand that there's variables, and it's called luck. A lot of people just don't get that, and eventually, You might win a little bit here, but the rake and the Andes are going to eat you alive. The blinds or whatever you call it, whatever the fuck you want. And you're going to come in second many times. Let me turn on the heater for a second. And second place is not like horse racing. There is no, unless you split the pot with somebody. You know, it's not even worth talking about because, you know, you're sitting there and you're waiting and you're waiting, you know, and it's just not, it's gambling, you know, it's not consistent earning money. It's not work. It feels like work. And that's the illusion. That's the delusion of gambling. It's like, you know, you're sitting there waiting for shit to go your way. And it feels like work, but it's not. It's not. You're paying. You're literally paying to sit there. If you really think about it, if you look at it from, you know, how much you're bringing there and what you're sitting and when you're leaving, how much, you know, and everything, it really boils down to you're basically renting a seat. And then you're a bigger fool if you play in a WSOP event, if you pay an entry fee, because they use your likeness. They don't give you anything. They put you on television. You're a fool. You're not getting paid. You're paying an entry fee. Let's say the main event. You know, I know it's maybe a lot more or less 6,000, 8,000 players, whatever. $10,000 buy-in. You're a fool right there for paying that. Because only 12% of the field gets their money back. That means you got to finish, take 12% of 8,000. It's what? 800 plus another 160, 960. 960 people out of 8,000. And a lot of those ones that come in 960th, you basically get your money back, or you maybe make a couple thousand, like nothing, all the way to 500th place. It's like a couple. It's 88% of the people that enter get nothing. I mean, think about that. 88% or more, around there. It's just bullshit. You know? All the allure of the fast and the easy is what it is. Just like this cryptocurrency, it's the same thing. Just like futures, the same thing. Now, stock market, if you're an investor, I read the 900-page book by Benjamin Graham, Intelligent Investor. There's a big difference, I know, between a speculator and an investor. You want to invest, that ain't fucking day trading, man. It's a long haul investing. And I think there's better shit to invest in than stocks that you don't know, decades, you know. I mean, if you got kids and you're putting it away for them for decades, great, you know, that's good for you. But I just don't prescribe to this gambling way of you know, of investing. You know, it's just I've seen it all. Like all that shit, you know, that people trying to make it. I grew up around it. My grandparents, my friends, all this shit. You know, the allure, the illusion of it. They took me to Caesar's Palace when I was a little kid. You know, like it was incredible. You know, I didn't understand what like is going on. Like I mean, I was just I fell in love with it. With this, you know, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget. Like I was a little kid, and we're driving through the desert. You know, I'm in LA, and it's like at night, and you go around that turn. You know that turn on the 15 or whatever, and you see the city there. It's all lit up. You know, it's after you pass state line. You know, and it's like just indescribable to me. I can't. It's like the most incredible thing. Like uh, it's like the greatest thing. My friend called it the cradle of evil. That's what he calls it. But you know, that's his thing. I just like I remember like the Maxim Hotel. You know, and I see I'm a compulsive gambler. I'm talking about this, but I'm not talking about the gambling. I'm talking about the what Las Vegas, like what I see when I'm there. You know, or what I did see when I was there. It's like this incredible energy. Like every time I go there, the second I get there, it's like I feel like it's unbelievable. It feels like I'm alive or something. Like my God, I can go dancing like they're at the place, and the people they're like it's like something in like heaven or something, in kind of in a way, sort of close. So what do you mean? Like you can't do that here? No, no, you can't. What do you mean? You like, I see. I play devil's advocate. I do it. What do you mean you can't go dancing? There's plenty of places to go. You don't understand. The vibe is different there. The older people, they go to the lounges, and the band plays. They're tourists. They're having a good time. It's like this positive. It's not like this lemon drive. Not like these places I go where they're burnouts. They're not there. They're I don't know what they're there for. I got to be honest with you. I don't know. I know why I'm there, and I'm an anomaly. I don't fit in. I know I'm getting excited, but I'm just trying to explain something here. In Vegas, it's like you know what happens in Vegas stays. It's like the people they're enjoying it. It's unbelievable for a dancer. You know, a guy to go out and have a good time. You know, the places you can't get that here. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Believe me, I've traveled. I've gone to look for far wide. I've gone everywhere trying to find that kind of. It does. It's not here. LA is not a party. It's not. It used to be kind of, not anymore, and not because of COVID. It was already on its way out. The party scene here, it's there. For what reason, I don't know. Like it kind of just changed where things got very expensive. The people can afford to live here. You know, they don't really go out. They might go restaurants. I mean, they're not. They're very defensive and protectorate of what they've earned. They're worried somebody could take it from them, so that paranoia and lack of opportunity combined with lack of opportunity, maybe job opportunities, make people defensive and paranoid, and therefore it rubs off on the nightlife. It could be intergenerational, like where I'm kind of older now, where people at happy age they don't act like people they did 25 years ago. Like when I was 25 or younger or a little older, it seems have changed. Times change, places change, the clubs come and go. The venues, the music, the factors. It could be anything. It could be anything. I don't know. But here's what I do know: it's not fun anymore. Here, I remember the Maxim. My grandparents taking me. That's like where the Barbary Coast next to it. I don't think there's anything there. I don't know. But I remember like the dunes and the sands and the landmark was gone already. That was, I mean, it was there, but it wasn't on operation. It was a landmark literally. tore it down. They raised it. The old MGM. The fire was in '79 or something. Yeah. Remember, like, I was like 15 or something at my family went to Caesar's Palace. There was a buffet in like the main theater or whatever they had it there. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget, like, or there was a show a night before or something. I forget what it was. We had like a private table, a booth, and the guy, there was like a I don't know, maitre d. It was like not a waiter, but somebody like a host. He came. He put like a medal on me. Like, it was heavy. It was like a Caesar's thing. He gave it to me. It was, I don't have it anymore, but it was like an Olympic. It was like a solid metal thing. Caesar's Palace. Like welcome. Like you're somebody. I mean, I'm. And I remember like the breakfast, like the bacon. It was like perfect. It was, you could take as much as you want. It was like crispy. It was like, or salt. You can't get that here. You can't eat like that here. It doesn't exist. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. I turned the fan on, the heater off, because I don't want to burn the apartment. um, I know where I was talking about. I remember, like, the Riviera, it's gone now. I played in a national championship pool tournament in '08 or '06, I forget, the Riviera. But what I remember was, I remember, like, if you had a stub, an airplane, you flew in or something. It was good for one free buffet of your choice, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It didn't matter. And I remember, like, for breakfast, I redeemed it for breakfast. And you would think, oh, what do they just have? Omelets, bacon, and eggs and stuff like that. No, dude. There was prime rib. Good. Like, I had prime rib and eggs for breakfast. Okay. And the prime rib was fucking badass. Prime rib and eggs for breakfast. Okay. Only in Vegas. But that's gone and the Riviera is gone. I think they're going to build an extension to the Sands Expo Center or something. That's why they tore it down. I don't know. But again, I don't drink anymore. But I remember the Imperial Palace. That's gone too. I stayed there. Very. I blew the lights out there. See, I stayed at the Imperial Palace. It was a great priced hotel right there next to the Barbary Coast, which is the Cromwell now, and across from Caesar's Palace. It's all gone. They got rid of all the affordable places. Oh, there's Harrah's. Bally's, the resort fees, so they fuck you. But I remember, like, you know, dude, I remember El Rancho. I think it was on the other side, passed around by Circus on the other side, and they had 24-hour bowling, and it was like nothing. It was like $2 a game or something. So nothing. It cost nothing. With shoes, like, you can bowl till your back hurts, your fingers hurt for $10. It was like ridiculous. And they had a thing, like a souvenir bowling pin, like a real one, that was used for like $1 or something. I remember I left one. I left with one of the pins. a real bowling pin. It was heavy. I remember. You know, and I remember like the Tam O'Shanter, the Algiers or the Tangiers. I know that's the movie from Casino, but there used to be like these rinky-dink motels where the Palazzo and the Venetian stands now. Always 100% capacity till they got an offer they couldn't refuse. Family owned all those. It was across from the Mirage. I remember. It's just something about it. Like walking around and just you know. Now there's a lot of street trash. Women. Last time I was there, I saw. I know everything changes. But that feeling of showing up there doesn't, for me anyway. When I show it, when I get there, it's like just I can't describe it. It's like taking somebody that's like just about dead and putting life in back, bringing them back to life. It's an incredible. It really is like that for me. And the only reason I'm not in Vegas is because of my housing situation. I don't have a car. I'm well aware that if I was in a location where I can't get to a gym, the food, it would be a problem. My friend Chris keeps telling me, he goes, Warrior WJ, what if you get sick of the strip? Then there's nothing there. I said, well, look, dude, I've been in LA for almost 50 years, so what's the difference? You know what I mean? But I get his point. I see what he's talking about. Um, I trade up, not down. I'm too old already. Not like 25 going out there with nothing. I can't. Like that would be setting yourself up for you know would be retarded. Like, look, I applied for jobs. Let's get off the subject of gambling and let's talk about Vegas and building a life, which I did talk about. I applied for jobs at CSN. I applied for jobs at UNLV. Multiple jobs, not one or two, multiple. Not one time did they ever consider reaching out to me. Not fucking once. Either school. Either school. It's fucked up. Hold a master's science degree in phys ed and an EDS, educational specialist degree in higher education admin. It's halfway to doctor. It's halfway to fucking doctor. Okay, I'm sorry. But it just pisses me off because, you know, I can just see myself getting my doctorate and not being able to get anything to use it for anything. I mean, it's just fucking. The only thing the schools they love to like entice you. They show you getting your EDD online. Fuck you. What if you can't use it for anything? I mean, this one dude that I know, he's like my age. He taught in high school for 30 years. He's getting it just as a personal accomplishment. Something to say, hey, I taught for 30 years. I got a doctor of education at the end. I get that. But I'm starting to realize that's all it is. It's a fucking title. It's a nothing. Um, don't guarantee you shit. When I got my bachelor's, I thought this. When I got my master's, I thought that. When I got my EDS degree, I thought this. And now doctorate, I'm about halfway to that, and it's like, you know, it don't guarantee you fucking jack. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. But these schools, they all try to get you excited and saying, oh, yeah, oh boy, people that got a master degree, their average job with a master's is 68,000, or people with a doctoral degree, the average salary is 87,000. Yeah, well, good, but it's zero for me. Zero, okay? And so let's look away from jobs like that. What about things that might be more solid in Vegas? Look at the schools, but I applied for post office work in Vegas. Nothing. 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 They didn't reach out to me fucking once. All these open job application, I filled it all out. I applied for zero. You know, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. You think go out there and build a life. Get a nice mortgage on $100,000 nice condo, build a life out there. It's not about the gambling for me. I can get a lot more shit off of it, believe me, by living there. But I can't get anything without opportunity. People work at home, they work remotely, they have reasons. That's why they go out there. Like this retired porn star, whatever. She just moved out there, and she owned a house, like in you know the valley, whatever, is worth maybe 1 million at 1.5 million. Let's say that. So she sold it, whatever, walks away with like 1.3, and goes to Vegas, buys something for like 300,000. Got still got a million left, 900,000. That's how people fucking do it. They it's kind of like trading up in a way. It's fucking in LA. It's so overrated in LA. It's so fucking overrated. Let me tell you something, man. Unless you really got something going on here, or something to be here, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's tons of fags, Riley around. It's. I mean, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. It's not hatred. It's agitation, is what it is. It's very. The women. They all think they're gonna be famous models. They all think they're incredibly good looking. They're very arrogant. They might seem nice to you, but they're not giving it up. They're not. Their needs are met. They got their pets. They got their. Look, it's just my assertion of what I have seen over my lifetime being here. It's just the way it is. It's nothing personal. It's just it's what it is. I mean, I'm very, very sorry. I'm just being open. I'm being honest. It's very agitating. That you know, it's very agitating because there's really nothing you can do. Like as far as owning property, like the chasm is so wide. And it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. If you're on that good side, and you figure things out, congratulations. Um, and I'm not saying woe is me, but it's like I got dealt a very, very bad hand. Um, Most of these people come from good families, that gave them a chance and they worked their way up. I didn't say they didn't work hard, but there was a way to go forward. They're not like with no family, no nothing. They're not standing there with their hands out, hands up and going, "Fuck," what do I do? I don't have anybody to help me get started in life. It's. I mean, I really got a bad hand. And then my friends too. My friend that lost his house wasn't his. Well, it would have been his house, but he fucked up catastrophically, which is similar. Not really. I can't compare it because I never owned a house, but my buddy Pete. His dad. I don't know if he paid off this house or what the story was, but I think he took a big loan against it or something, and or he owed and couldn't pay, and then he had to sell it, and he sold it back in like the 95 before the market went up for like you know 72,000 or something like that. 72,000 for a house on you know let's just say where was it? It was on you know in West Hollywood. Let's just say that, and that shit went up to 500,000, then went 1 million. Now I think it's for sale for 2 million. It really hurt my friend, like my friend Pete. I don't know what he did. I don't know. It doesn't matter, It just yeah. Haven't heard from him since. I know he's okay. I don't know what the fuck what his issue is. Why he won't talk to me. Grew up together, being kind of a selfish dick, by ignoring me. But people just go off on their own ways. What are you gonna do? Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna get some rest, and I hope you came away with something from this, from my imparted knowledge. Warrior Junior hopes that you continue to learn, grow, and change. You have to. If you don't,